Smooth people of Reddit, what's a smooth way to get talking to someone you're interested in, but don't see on a regular basis? I don't know if I'm smooth, but one thing I would suggest is act pleased to see them when you do. Let it show that you're interested in what they've been up to since the last time you saw them. People like it when someone is happy to see them, so don't hide that. Too often folks just sort of go through the motions of talking with someone with no real enthusiasm. There was a guy I went to college with who would absolutely beam when someone he enjoyed walked into the room. It could have been a friend, teammate, professor, classmate, it didn't matter. He would smile at you with the biggest, most genuine smile I've ever seen in my life. It would brighten a bad day. I graduated college over 10 years ago and haven't seen him in over a decade, but I'll never forget that amazingly bright happy to see you smile. Ben, if you happen to read this, I hope you're still smiling. Don't know your particular situation or age, but I still think the best way to get a convo started is simply to be truthfully interested in what the other person says and to share something genuine and honest about yourself. If the other person realizes that it's actually super fun and feels good talking with you, he/she will be ready to overcome inconveniences such as location, different occupations, etc. to hang out with you. Alternatively, you can invite that person to hang out with you and your friends for some occasion if you don't want to skip to a too much date like one-on-one situation. This is the truth. I've been driving 60 miles one way a week to see the girl of my dreams for the last couple weeks. If you're not smooth, don't pretend to be. I know it sounds cliched, but being true to yourself is your best bet. When I was young, my brother told me to like the girls that like me. Life changing. This way they are well aware of what they are signing up for. That way you don't have to go on pretending to be something you are not. And if someone is truly not interested in you, you are wasting your time and abusing your heart. If I always liked the women who like me, I'd never be happy in a relationship. What is this? Women who like me? I have never heard of this concept before in my life. Disclaimer, I wouldn't call myself 100% smooth, but I'm quite the extrovert. See if they have similar hobbies or something else you share. The easiest thing to have a conversation with a new person about is a shared passion. You can use that shared passion to arrange something around that passion. Also, discovering you have a shared hobby is not an appropriate time to assert dominance. As well, don't try to keep the hobby and make them prove they actually are a hobbyist. Here's a tip. Intentional efforts at being smooth just make you seem slimy, rather than putting on some sort of act or trying to manufacture a convenient coincidence. Just be direct. Hey, I know this must seem like it's coming out of the blue, but would you like to get lunch together sometime? I was thinking about you the other day, and I realized that I'd really like the chance to get to know you better. You just made me feel obligated to talk to her, now that I have such a good and simple line to send. I hate you, heart. Ask them to go talk. There was a girl I was interested in, but I didn't know much about her and didn't want to immediately ask her out on a date, so I just said, hey, wanna grab a beer? And she just said sure. We went, talked, I guess she liked me because hung out like that 5 or 6 more times. Then I asked her on a date. We've been on 2, but she just started a new job and it's looking like #3, if there is one, won't be for a while. But still, it gave me a confidence boost because I basically never ask chicks to hang or on dates, especially not in person. I just nutted up and did it this time. Grabbing beers was the date though. You don't have to officially call it a date for it to be a date. It isn't a date unless you both agree it's a date. It could just be 2 friends grabbing beers, but doing it 6 times before telling them you're interested is a little iffy. She's a hardcore introvert and really shy/timid, and I was interested, so I'm playing the slow game. Didn't wanna spook her. I'm 28, she's 24, and the first hangout we had she admitted she had never had a boyfriend and had been on a total of 3 dates in her life. So I got to know her well before I asked her out, so she'd be comfortable with me and wouldn't feel like she was with a stranger. You just happen to be doing something you know they are interested in and thought of them, or you're planning a trip somewhere they've been and you're looking for what they recommend you see/do. That kind of shit should get it started. Good luck. Thanks, I'll give it a go. but it also has to be something you're actually interested in. Otherwise, if you're suddenly obsessed with horse riding or obscure movies out of nowhere, it can come off as creepy or obsessive. Being smooth means not needing a trick. It's all about humor. Be able to laugh at yourself and be able to make them laugh in a genuine way. How? You have to gauge the moment. It takes a lot of practice, but humor has been the ticket to every success I've had, including my marriage. That and confidence. I don't mean the douchey type of confidence either. Be genuinely interested in them. Ask questions every now and then, but mostly listen and react to what they say. People like talking about themselves, and, most of the time, if you reinforce what they say, they will genuinely enjoy talking with you. Be confident in yourself. Throw a joke in there every now and then, but only ones that play up what they've said. Think of all the times you send a text to someone, and they hit you with a "Hey, how are you? I'm good." If you shy away, they will either consciously or subconsciously pick up on your social cues and back off to avoid making you uncomfortable. Counterproductive. There's a science to it, but it boils down to confidently being genuinely interested in them. I like to ask them what they had for dinner last night, really loud so I'm sure they can hear me, then stare at their neck without blinking. What's your success rate on this one? I think I might try it. 60% of the time. It works every time. I've done this with a guy from work. I just happened to go to the kitchen for coffee at the same time he was there. He works from home 4 days per week and he always came into the office on the same day each week. I made sure to wear something eye-catching that day. My two go-to things to talk about are what did you do this weekend and any plans this weekend. From there you can get more details about their interests and continue the conversation. Then we should get lunch sometime. I had a coworker do this when I was a barista in college. She always happened to be studying at the shop I ran alone on Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 4 to 10. She told me she studied there every day because it was a good atmosphere and just outside her class building. After 2 weeks I picked up another day on Wednesdays and never saw her. I decided to stop by the shop that Friday and the next Monday to see because I was suspicious and into this girl. She wasn't there that Friday or Monday either, but was back on my normal Tuesday shift. Not so sly hun XD. Smoothest thing I ever did was when I asked out this chick Emma. We had a mutual friend, so I asked him to get her to hang out with us. She liked abandoned places, so I found an abandoned observatory 45 minutes away to check out. Anyway, we all get there and we find chalk and just start drawing on the walls. So I get an idea and find myself a big empty area and I write, "Emma, will you go out with me? Check yes or no," with 2 little boxes. I thought it was smooth AF. She disagreed and said no. You want to talk sometime later? Don't be humble, don't be shy. That can be seen as cute, but don't try to be cute, it always will backfire. Ask like you're interested in the person if you can. Just legit ask that. Results can go anywhere from cute to confident, whatever, regardless, so long as you ask. If they say no, it is an inherent sign of personality conflict. You guys wouldn't be good together. I feel like when I try to be humble while flirting, it just turns into self-depreciation. So I agree with the don't try to act shy and humble. I don't know if I was smooth, but I always just told them the truth. Look, I don't see you much, but I found myself thinking of you when you weren't around. So you could say, I'm somehow interested in you though I don't know you very well. Any chance you'd want to go for a coffee and see if, this isn't just me being crazy? In each case, the girl later verified that I was crazy. But still, hey, we don't know each other that well, but I'm obsessed with you. I agree with the comments saying it depends on the situation, but one time I thought up the craziest line. I found out from one of her friends that she actually liked me. Like you up, we didn't see each other regularly, maybe like twice a week for a month or 2ish. So we get talking like the day after, and I bring up the "do you like anyone" question. Because I know, right? And she says no, then actually yes, but refuses to say who, and is super nervous and all that. Then you say, okay fine, I'll go first, but then you have to say you like me too. Could go wrong. If you're not sure she might like you, mayo. Find a way to make them laugh. Laughter is usually a sign of a conversation going successful and in the right direction. As long as they're not laughing, then immediately looking down at their phone.